Hi, I'm Radiance. Join me on a journey to bring you enticing recipes where every video is a celebration of deliciousness, creativity, simplicity, and foodie inspiration. Today we're going to be making a dairy-free or vegan white chocolate. Now, technically, white chocolate isn't considered chocolate because it doesn't contain any of the cocoa solids, but that's something that is some people say it's chocolate, some people say it's not. The funny thing is that to make something like dark chocolate, you need to add the cocoa butter, which we'll be using today, to like some solids and cocoa powder. So you tell me, but either way, it's delicious and it's actually kind of easy to make. And come with me and I'll show you how we're going to do this. So we're going to need some cacao butter wafers. You can use other forms, but as long as it is unsweetened and has nothing in it but cocoa butter. See, it says right here, organic cocoa butter. So cocoa butter. We're gonna need a little vanilla. I can't even say it. Vanilla. I usually like to use like a vanilla powder for this recipe, or vanilla beans if you have it, but if not, you can just use a little bit of vanilla. I'm using white vanilla. You need some coconut butter, but melted, maple syrup, and a little bit of salt, sea salt. So all right, we're gonna measure this out. Now I'm gonna use a scale. Let me show you. One of the things you want to do is you want to get a pot to use a double boiler, what they call a bain-marie, and all that is just a pot of simmering water. You don't want it really being too hot, too boiling. And a bowl. I'm using a glass bowl that's heat proof. You put it over. You don't want it to touch it, but you want it to be able to melt the cocoa butter. That's what that's for. If you have a double boiler plan already, you can use that as well. I wouldn't recommend the microwave, and if you really want to go that route, I would say you do it in like 10-15 second increments, stir, do it like that. But this is the method we're going to use today. So you get that going a little bit, let that heat up, and we're going to measure this out. I'm going to do this in grams. So I'm going to put my container on for the melted cocoa butter. We're going to tare it so it gets to 0. Alright. And I'm going to, I need to change this to grams. There we go. It's tared. And you want 150 grams. That's roughly about 2/3 of a cup, but I'm gonna do this in grams. Oh, I used a little bit too much. Let me pour it out. All right, that's fine. It's a little over. I'm going to turn this down because this is already simmering. Okay, and now we're going to measure out our cocoa butter wafers. It's the same measurement. It's 150 grams. I'm actually going to put this bowl on here. Tear this out. And then take a little bit out. There you go. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to melt. We're going to put this over here. Alright. And we're going to pour our cocoa butter wafers in. And we're going to let that melt down. I'm going to get a silicone spoon and you're just going to do this. It's going to take some time. Okay, and you're actually going to put the maple syrup in as well. So let's add a little bit of maple syrup. Alright, there you go. I love maple syrup. I don't know about you, but I definitely use it for more than just waffles and pancakes. And I recommend, if you can get grade B maple syrup, definitely get it. It is worth the investment. But grade A is fine. Alright, so guess what? We're going to stir this up. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit because I don't want this necessarily to be too hot. Okay, so can you see that? The cocoa butter and the maple syrup. The cocoa butter has melted and the maple syrup is well combined in it. So I'm actually going to turn this off. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to let this cool for about, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to let this cool for about 10-15 minutes until it is slightly warm to the touch. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so this is cool. You can tell it's good when it's slightly warm to the touch, which it is. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to add your melted coconut butter or coconut oil. Get all that in there. You're going to add a little bit of vanilla. This is, I'm using white vanilla. And you're going to add a pinch, and I mean a pinch of salt, just a pinch. There you go. And we're going to mix it up as so. Okay. Now we're going to take a pan, a parchment lined pan. You can use loaf pan. I'm just using a cake pan. And I'm going to pour the mixture in there. There you go. Now, another suggestion you can have, and I'm saying this because this looks a little unusual, but you can also, if you want to make like individual bits of chocolate, you can use like a muffin tin or a silicone mold, and that will also be nice. But this is a little wonky. I'm going to press this down so that it goes down to the sides as well. And that's it. You're going to put that into a freezer and put it in there until it turns into a hard white chocolate slab. I would say you can actually freeze it for several hours and or overnight. And I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. It's been about an hour and a half, I believe. You could leave it longer, but I'm a little impatient right now and I wanted to show this to you. The white chocolate. Alright. As you can see, it is set now. When I lift this out, there is a little bit of liquid. I don't know if you can see that underneath. That means you can let it set a little bit longer, but right here there's a piece. Well, let me show you. To take this up like such, you'll see some underneath. It means you can set some more. But here's an actual piece that's broken off. This is what it's gonna look like. Alright, so let's give it a taste. When you hear that snap, that's what you want. And who knew it? You don't have to buy more chocolate anymore unless you want to. You know what's in it. You know it's simple. The most amount of time it takes is the waiting for it to cool and then set. So, vegan white chocolate. It's good. It's smooth. It's not too sweet. Perfect. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and like the video and try it. Let me know if you've maybe added some things to it. I would suggest you can add some like nuts, maybe some edible flowers. You can get fancy with it, you know, some cacao nibs. You can add it on the top if you want to. And, you know, comment. Let me know. Have you made it? What did you make it with? And then click the link in my bio and join my free VIP group. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, but also join my free VIP group and come on in and join us, and I'll show you what else I'm doing with this vegan white chocolate. All right, so once again, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.